Good morning.
Good morning.
Good late morning. We had some technical issues, but we are here for more adventures in the TARDIS. And the title is Spark of Youth before Twilight in Ulufan. So, Salsa Shimmer. I mean, that is what I would call before Twilight.
Okay, but Sunset should be older.
I mean, yeah, but she was young before as well.
It could be Twilight that's young before Sunset. But that doesn't make sense with the Sunset. Before the Twilight.
The Twilight. The Twilight. Yeah, I am Doctor. Yeah, and I am the Twilight. So, yeah, I would say let's just start because
Go for it.
it seems that's gonna be the Royal City. That's what I would assume. Midnight Fix itself. Volume.
I can hear it. It's still quiet.
No,
So,
I mean on the same notes. It's fixed itself.
Okay.
Now it's low. Now it's too low. There we go. Where is he going? I asked him worry while I watch our silver guide wander off me on the light of a campfire on this hilltop. It did not take long for my view of our guide get swallowed up in the shadows of the starry night. Shouting, I believe he said, to the Miss Edward as he set up our campfire with the thing. Fire and moss below them, and the result of his effort, and seemed to be carried out further by the cloud of the smoke. I mean, we obviously know that you are talking about Agnes.
Yep.
No! You are talking about Dr. C. To come around. We are gonna have a flashback of the come around here on itself. Getting for what? I nervously asked my two remaining camera companions. Nothing you need to worry about, I'm sure. But as our guard would have said so. So let me calmly assured as he looks over to me. We are not anywhere near the permanent temple yet. I'm sure our guide is just keeping an eye out for Sandal Fanfare within this jungle. Coming too, as well. Not just for I. You should get some rest. I know that it's done. As he uses a floating gag to wipe his gear. You will need to say, you will need your sign for tomorrow. It's funny how in Monster Hunter that I'm playing, the ticket that we are using as a mount might actually look pretty close to this very self-taught. This is more bird-like creature, but I can imagine something like this.
Okay.
With less feathers, obviously. And more of light. You should get some rest, and when it's done, as he uses the
read all
floating
that.
guy. It's fine. To wipe his gear. Did I? No, I didn't. You will need your sign for tomorrow. So with the two of you, I thought that's a more comedy. And my gaze shifts back and forth between these two scenarios. And that's we shall. Don't just miss a shot. We just keep watch a little longer, my darling. You can be sure of that. I mean, he didn't say sleep. I yawn, and I touch my wings as I gaze downward with a bit of blood. Eventually I say, okay, I won't argue with that much. I thought it too, anyway. And I wake up to a knife to my neck. I lay down on my patrol. I feel only mildly disturbed by the fact that we are not sleeping in the house, or stand tonight. We are out here in the shelter, exposed to the starry night. Once again, we have a funny little thing here. If I remember the name.
Yeah, that could be important.
And you wake up to this. It's funny how he this is almost like goes after Sorias as well. More humanoid, but still. Has some features as well. But for now, they don't really have a chance for a reason for that. They have a hostage.
Okay, we're done with that paragraph.
Yes. Okay, yeah, I was summoned. And I grew up with while I was a kid. I went through experiences like this with my grandfather. For wind. I thought I used to be nervous about that at first. But his parents had me to soon me. They assured me that everything would be alright. That I was well protected. As a result, I was eventually able to just relax and enjoy the experience back then. It was similar, except I was alone there, indeed very entertaining things out in this jungle. Who apparently already died because of such creature. But again, that is just an assumption. I can blame myself for being more nervous than an experience after an experience like that. But these two, I tend to feel like I'm a fool again, monitored by a very capable professional. It's weird how this all works out. You know what? The lawyer is actually using high-tech technology. They might have been able to save those two. Unbeknownst to us. Once again, only info we know that there is a leg and there is blood. Right?
Yeah.
Later on, never said that they are died, they are dead.
Yeah, they didn't get a chance to interview him yet. He's still recovering himself.
So, in my mind, they are alive until proven dead.
Okay.
Like you said, very slowly lives down. Considering how exhausted I am, I likely would have fallen asleep right a bit faster, if only far safer. All that was exhaustion and psychology claiming me anyway. That's why I don't know how long it has been. when I finally hear my two companions speak to each other. The moment they do, my ears back up, and I almost turned about to look at them. Something scared me this time. They decided to instead just listen for once. Aside from that, what they speak of immediately intrigues me. This is one thing that Dr. Kamal would not be able to do. Because he never just listens, he has always something to push forward. Yes, I did it as well! I know who you really are. Her voice is off in an awful manner. I don't know why you decided to hide it this time. You haven't always done it. You haven't always done so in the past. In reply, let me just for a moment before sad. Well, you are an archaeologist among other things. It doesn't surprise me that you are proud of me, some of my adventures. Because of the evidence thereof. Well then, sir, for putting it all together though. I might, however, that some of the adventures you had or encountered somehow might be some that I haven't done yet. So I would appreciate if you just leave it at that. I don't look at all of them at the top of my head and stand back. So no fear from me when it comes to spoilers in your life. I just remember enough right now that to establish the general pattern about you and your works. I had to stop myself because in the other story, the spoiler is actually a name of one character.
I know. I kept thinking to myself, "Spoiler alert!" when you're reading about her.
It's enough to know that this adventure was the better. It also surprised me that you would join the expedition where Polka adventures out to those continents for the first time. He recorded her story. Heck, what of me even expecting this? Exploration typically isn't the only pattern. When it comes to you, however, usually there is something else, epic, involved within your adventure itself. My guess is in the middle in this case. I guess you are here to save the world again. What exactly name are these two talking about? I wonder. Believe it or not, no. I did not come specifically because of the lawyer. I came because of her. Those were replied. If there's something that needs to be done about them, then of course, I shall do, and I must. Honestly, a great deal of them, or a great deal of the heroism I've done before, is something I have stumbled into. I remind myself, Herbert, to me all the time, when I ride into new adventures on the old skirt. Perhaps greater credit should be given to that. But, if it isn't the lawyer, then why are you here? And asked the doctor. I'm actually curious, what would the TARDIS look like in MRP if the chameleon core would actually work?
Chameleon circuit?
Yeah.
Well, it depends where it parks. It's supposed to blend in.
You know what? I would actually imagine cart, just like Texas home.
That could work. The Master actually had a TARDIS like that. When it parked, it was like a vehicle, an RV on wheels, and it was successfully able to drive. So that wasn't just a disguise. But then again, I've actually seen the TARDIS fly too, so if it's disguised as a vehicle on wheels, maybe it's actually flying, but it seems to be driving.
You made me remember this one.
Oh yeah.
It is.
Music compared to
It's
the
almost a
velvet room.
TARDIS, right?
Yeah, kind of.
But it's blue on the inside.
It's like the TARDIS when it hasn't landed yet. Like it's still in mid-transport.
Yeah.
And kind of perpetually stuck there.
But if it isn't longer, then why are you here? Tell us the doctor. Perfect. Again, this may be difficult to believe, but I tell you the absolute truth, sir. But I tell you that my original purpose for coming into this timeline is for her. He says, the problem indicates towards me. Me? Why me? I wonder what he means by phrase timeline. Is she a time traveler? Because you are not looking at them. We know they're talking about you, but they might be talking because you are not looking at them. They might be talking about something that he pulled out of his bag. Her.
This little bunny.
Yeah. It's Asia. It's him. Now I'm beginning to wonder if everybody with the Arclight pretty much is part of some secret time travel society. It might be. Her? Unless something is perfect and I feel right now. Yes, sir. But that's misconfirmed. It is very important for her to fulfill her full potential in this world. And I am here to see that to it that potential is sparked. Sparked. I mean, almost the same thing.
You really did say that in that sentence twice, and that was not an accident. That potential is sparked.
Yeah. But I had sparkled. I mean, sparkle comes with a sparkling, so maybe because of the title. They use before Twilight, sparkle. So what did I think with that
Remember
one?
Amber's comment about that? Oh yes, you pony names, all sorts of lights and shiny things.
Yeah? So much is a thing with that one, and I am here to ensure the ball gets started. Yeah, I remember the item that was about to cause forever darkness in Ecclesia.
Yeah.
And I didn't say the spotlight this time, no. That's why I didn't pronounce myself, my traditional name. It was a long time coming. Hey, I am here just to find some encouragement. Here, that's important, huh? So that's, in a way, and if he just realized something. Surely you have seen it too. The glimmer of greatness she has. The starlight she has. We are gonna name all of them, by the way, right?
I actually heard that, but the sound was modified while you were further from the mic.
That's why I have to get back. So let's be figured. He just needs a little encouragement to cool it down. Did it miss her? Why she realizes that what her full potential is? He will be unstoppable. Are you even more important than that? No. They don't do what she does. That's potential. Thing that needs to be done. Let me just put it that way. Yep. Yeah. What was that here? Does he really mean that? Why do you feel like crying? Imagine how stupid it would be that the doctor actually knows that she's awake and just saying this
Yeah,
her.
it could be. You know how brilliant he is.
I mean, even if she wakes up, even if she opens her eyes and shows that she was awake, he asks about that, then, yeah, we knew you were awake, so we were just playing a prank on you.
Well, he just did say a few paragraphs ago, I'm here to offer some encouragement.
Yeah? I didn't tell you along by the time before he said. A person only didn't fall from the tree, in this case. It did. Remember, father and mother wasn't really happy about adventuring.
Yep, but read on.
The current action these past few days have reminded me of good old Foreman. I just can't happen. I see that similar last and potential just running to burst out of her. Maybe she didn't fall far from the trees, but her parents did. Foreman before her was like a living, breathing Deus Ex Machina. Whatever needed to be done, get done. I see what you mean when you mention that potential to be unstoppable. I know because I've seen it before. Sadly, mother didn't really believe that Deus Ex Machina. Because he could die any time.
It's like he's saying that the chance to be legendary is actually in her legacy.
Yeah. Around in the family, I guess. A little bit feared. It was told to me like he is somewhat amused by that fact.
Assume that. He's holding her. Otherwise, it looks adorable.
It's Indiana Jones.
Okay.
I was sure I would find something like that. But dang no. No kidding. Here's with a checkup. They were going on to say. Although, in this case, it seems to have saved a generation.
Which is what you said earlier.
Also, wait. That picture is from fiction. That might be. Oh. I realized. And it's actually a picture for one of the fabrics here.
Neat. A little bit of advertising then. Here on this video.
It happens all the time. Don't just miss a shot. I've seen it plenty of times, too. It almost family bloodline needs a generation to pause and relax before getting right back on the saddle. Getting back to high gear. Yeah, I know it very much because the planetary sickness that I have came like 4 generations and came back to me. Yay! He gives another minute time before he says, I'm glad that I get to be get to be a part of something like this for last time. Having her travel with us I was feeling I'm nurturing forward all spirit with her.
Within her.
Within her. Let me check the rules they are marking it up.
Okay.
There we go.
Hello there.
Tell you that I by the time before he said. I had that.
Yeah, skip that sentence. You start with helping her.
Having her to remember no, I must be like I'm nurturing forward all space within her. Having her feel like it has been repaid by the deaths I was committing over. Gosh! Often another the case, it seems. I've lost sight of how many times you lost forward saved my life. They encouraged me, in far more than one way. My happy car in return was for me somehow, fear somehow, I don't know, or complete I guess. One last time? Let me see, I reiterate, listen. Oh, not me deaf, man. I'm sure there are plenty of more adventures in those old bones of yours. Believe me when I say I know what it's like to adventure as an old man. Don't let my current appearance for you. I'm much older than I look. I know, but that's because of what you are. Tell figures. I will never see meant by a statement. This.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. It's really good anime that properly respects that the plot line about what would be like for an old adventurer that was a part of the original journey, like in Dragon Warrior, and she's the last left specifically because of race.
She is on the last step, but so is the same with the doctor. It's funny how she's an adventurer as well.
Yeah. I think I finished the second season of that one.
Yeah. But then it's because of what you are. Yeah, figures. I will never see men by the same man. But I'm not like you. All the ponies, none of us ponies are. When we get old, I push aside the middle of our life, and it's way easier to feel. In my case, it is terminal illness. Oh. I think I'm not the only one showing to hear that announcement. And I noticed that we went too quiet for a moment. But hearing the first thing among us speak again. I'm sorry to hear that. I really am. But I miss that sympathetically. If you wish, I have some equipment I've been hiding for this adventure. About some that can the doctor is scared of. It's easy for me to imagine it. It is because he's observing town, she said. I feel doubly confident that whatever town sounds like. You just my time, so tell the short. I'm accepting that. He said again. He goes on to say. Having said that, now you know for sure that I am not on this expedition for anything like money. I won't maintain you that all my next adventure. And you don't have a son or a grandson or anyone?
Remember you said that. I believe they're going to bring it out pretty soon.
Then why are you here? With his eyes in a way that sounds like he ought to know the answer. He's just asking to see if I confirmed it. I'm here because I recently realized something important about myself. And that's what. Shortly after I learned that my time in this life is now short, I did a lot of everything about my life, and you may well expect upholding my position to do. In my case, however, I didn't just look back. I also looked forward and thought about how I wish to spend the rest of my life, as short as it may be. So I have a left of look.
Mm-hmm. Cute.
You don't see it because it's under the camera.
I knew she was there.
When I did that, a certain part of me encouraged and the right notion of spending the rest of my days peacefully wasting away. It's my time at home where I do nothing but reflect on my good old girl days. I think the right notion, and reflecting back on my life, was the only value in my life had left. Instead of that, I much prefer to die as I had lived. An adventurer, an explorer, who accomplishing very meaningful things in his life. I wanted every last second of my life to actually count something important. I caught wind of this adventure, and felt like this is felt like an invitation being sent to me by my late engaged partner. Let me die, matter, you fool! One last adventure. One last glorious hurrah! Indeed, the greatest discovery I have ever made so far. I didn't expect to talk about this adventure, and that's alright. Maybe I could have lost in the years. That time at home, but that is not me. That's not who I am. I will have some few moods or meaningful quests, other than living years reflecting on the fact that I am now nothing more than the glorious has been. It should feel liberating to know that it means I can afford to push myself to the limit this time. Pushing myself beyond the brink is only slightly accelerating to what may soon happen anyway. If I am to face my end, then I will do it on my own terms. Sounds very much like Saitaro as well.
Centauro?
No, sounds much like Straight Arrow. He's
Yeah.
old as well,
Yes.
but he has a secondary thing.
Yep.
Look at the Mafia as well.
Well, it's kind of like Tannen as well. He does have an objective on this quest.
Yeah. That's far more important than what I accomplished in this time. If my sacrifice ends up saving the life of another, then facing my end comes with tremendously more meaning for me. I feel like I am passing on the torch. That I'm simply incapable of holding anymore, no matter how much I want to. Find an extra worthy successor of my legacy as well as forming, it still feels like the providence to me, and have me to face my end, even greater pace. It's much easier to accept my end knowing that I've been leaving this world in capable hooves after me. In this case, this feels very personal to me too. I would not ask for a more fitting end to my story. I've never had pause, you see. I guess I really was married to my career far more than Foreman ever was. This really is the next best thing. And having a month of silence, which is broken by Telegram. So now that the chips are down, it's time to cash in everything I got. With all the time I have left, I can think of a more worthy or noble deed than to use all the time I have left to invest in the next generation of heroes. And then, when I meet my final land, I can look forward to the next adventure. It shall always be my legacy. I Just a little bit of fixing. There we go. Hello's voice cracks forward due to heavy emotion. So he put this for a bit, quick go out before he goes on. I'm looking forward to returning my old partner again on the next adventure. I'm also looking forward to retiring from the old horoscape. No more kicking balls and waking up in pain every morning. You don't know that. We don't know what's in the afterlife. You might actually go there on your present self. If you go there old, you might be old.
Well, he knows it's currently true.
I want to be young again and face the adventure with death and full life. I want to reclaim this wonder again. And I make marvelous and awe-inspiring discoveries. And I know it will happen again. I don't even question it. I see it as inevitable. I look forward to that even while I fight to make the most of what I have, less than well. Hey, you can go. Do you even want to go? No? Let's go to my...
A thought occurred to me earlier when you adjusted the camera. You could have also adjusted yourself because that chair is on wheels.
Yeah. But it's better to me on the space where I usually am.
Yeah, you're oriented in front of this position for the monitor, this position for the keyboard. Over here is the mouse. If you move yourself around, you might have to move your entire desk in order to get everything just right. Just as a note, you were done with that paragraph.
Yeah. Let me remind me of this. Your spell does exist, although it's one of the hardest spells in the universe. But it does exist.
You know what you could do if you can cast it? You could basically be immortal.
Yeah?
Not ageless, but if you keep casting the spell to you than yourself, then you could just naturally age up again. Therefore, extending your lifespan with each casting.
In a sense, that is what the doctor is doing, unknowingly.
Well, kind of, but I've seen each life last potentially thousands of years for some of them.
Yeah? So, what he's saying is actually possible without dying.
On the other hand, I also seen the fact that each life does age. Like Matt Smith's character probably lived one of the longest I've seen, and he did look old by the time he was done with that life. But it was a very long life.
I mean, the very first doctor was old.
About 500 years, as I recall. That's what he said at the time.
Yeah. I want to reclaim that wonder again. And I make
You were done with
marvelous...
that paragraph.
Did I?
Yeah. Read the last sentence. It should be familiar.
No, it doesn't, but fine. I thought that even while I fight to make the most of what I have left as well. I love you all. That have been supplied at last. Mortals, that is. You are also fantastic. And the rest of my life, the what I seek as well. I mean, you are mortal as well, in a sense. We know that the Doctor is not immortal.
No, he's not.
Hard to kill, but not immortal.
Yep.
So, and I will fight like hell to make sure that Flynn doesn't die out like in my own soul. This is why I tend to travel with companions like you all the time. It's because I refuse to do what most of the rest of my people all did. And that is for us what it feels like to be young again. Young and excited to explore life. Watching that turns some of them inwardly, explore their statue. And want to run that to their fate as well. I am actually very curious of if Featherwind and the team is not anymore here, or is just staying inside the TARDIS. Because we know that this is after they left. In the past.
Yeah. Before he gone to the past to meet young Daring Do, he probably met the older one to give him the idea that he's supposed to do that. He saw something in her, the older version of her, that indicates that this is not the first time she met him. But he quickly gathered that the last time she met him, she was
I mean,
more in need of guidance. Yeah.
They do said that. Okay, I will be surprised next time you meet me in the past. So I'm interested to see if Featherwind is in the TARDIS at the moment, or they have left adventuring after this already. It could be anything because time revive stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Or they're doing another adventure in this time period, but in a different location.
That can happen as well.
Yeah, the rest of the party there can fly. Think about it. That's Derpy here, Sternwing, and Featherwind. Also, Dr. Kelly Sadler. She doesn't have wings, but she can kind of fly using her magic.
And for all we know, now there might be some other opponents on the TARDIS who can actually use it.
And there was Daring Do with them too.
Yeah.
So yeah, they can all fly in some way. The only one who can't is the Doctor, unless he has the TARDIS or some weird wacky invention.
He definitely has all of that.
You can't completely knock him off that category because of that. And his next generation could be anything, you know?
I suppose I never known what it feels like to be so old, and what it is like to be young and amused. If one were to live that way long enough, it might eventually feel like one never was young to begin with. That level of existence is completely entirely separate from one's own life. You have remarkable insight for a mortal, but always comment. I think it is your imagination that revealed to you that potential. There is something else that has to disappear in those who surrender and watching the inner spark of youth. Life is all just a bunch of meaningless numbers and cold, emotional aspects to them. One needs emotion to spark creativity, and unless the ask oneself, what if? When the me that or that attitude gets the wall, depression sticks in. Depression, which is sent from the root of stagnation, I think. You know it very well, Doctor. Sudden devastation without them realizing. They have lost something, and they often don't know it, especially if they took it for granted. I already know everything takes them over instead of attitude of, let's see what's out there. What if it's this or this? Ooh, I can't wait to find out.
I think you can kind of get the point of what he's saying here, huh?
Yeah.
the different attitude about their perspective in life.
The excitement, and it was my character who I mentioned for you. And I'm not going to let that happen to me in another trial. But you will be facing your end soon, and when you do, you'll be have a chance to meet all the former companions I had. That I wasn't able to follow to that point that far. Too far. So let me ask you something.
Yeah.
If you meet my granddaughter, say hello to her.
Is she dead? After the Time War, probably. But
I mean, I don't know,
yeah,
I'm
there
not
was.
that far.
If he was convinced for a while he was the last of the Time Lord, that means they're all gone. The good, the bad, everyone.
It's funny how you say that he blames himself for the time war, and we know it is actually his fault. Because he awoke the Daleks. This is the final and ultimate adventure. And while it is where I was able to peek around my time, by now, I have rarely been able to fully look beyond the curtain. That is why I am with you, sir. So, please do me a favor. When you go to the game beyond, please remember me. Remember us. And may a little piece of us is carried with you on a great journey. If you do that, the amount of me might feel what it is like to join you up there too. I mean, in the case, part of you, multiple parts of you are already there.
Like his other lives.
Yeah?
Yeah, he did kind of die too. That's probably what he means by that. I've peeked around the curtain.
I shall. That permission, it better sound like to them, but I is here, I have permission. You have my word, sir. Another long pause of silence before the person finally said, "What? I don't think that. We should decide to sleep too." And there's no right of it. And I agree before I hear both sides and settle into them own matters. But it me a lot to think about too. Until I finally talk to sleep as well. I will assume he fell asleep later than them.
It might be, but she was very exhausted.
And that makes up, did I imagine it? Did I dream it? Or what? You know that feeling, right? When someone says to you something right before you go to sleep, and you are half asleep already, and then you wake up, and wait, did it happen, or was I dreaming it?
I would say that didn't happen to me often, but yes, it did. Alright, so what did you think of this chapter? Kind of a period of reflection.
Yeah,
and some reveals.
I assume that Helen knew about the doctor. I assume so.
Okay. Well, now you got your confirmation.
Let me have the confirmation. We know that he had a terminal illness, and he chose this to be his final adventure.
Yeah.
Even if he survived it, he probably not going to more of it. Or I can see the doctor taking him on more adventures before he dies, if he survives this one. And that's goodbye.
Well, it's definitely a quiet dignity in Tannen's choice so far. Had enough time to reflect on who he is and realizes this is how I want to go out instead of in some retirement home.
Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.
And when he does die, he's referring to the afterlife as the next adventure. He repeated that often in this part because he's thinking of that in the same terms as his current life. I'll just continue to do the same thing.
I thought because you haven't mentioned it, I will assume he doesn't really have a close family.
It did mention that he didn't have children or a family like that, yeah. So there's no legacy to leave too.
I mean, there is no.
Yeah, it kind of is. And he does have some connection to it. Like, a Four Winds granddaughter is right there, and she has a lot of the same potential from his eyes as he did.
Even
And he
more.
saw how great Four Wind was. So that gives him a measuring stick. Like, she could get that great, maybe even better.
Yes, indeed. And
And
we know what it may become.
I personally like this chapter because it puts a lot of soul in the story about what it's like to be adventurers and from multiple different perspectives, like Tannins, Cabaleron, Agate, and the Doctor. Oh, and there's also Leggett, Grazy, Dr. Grazy, and
Yeah.
Toolshed.
Everything else from beyond. I'm curious why it's called this. Ah, the Spiral Views. Wait. Then what did I see? Oh! I had one of the titles of the game music, and somehow my mind was like, oh yeah, that's the title of the chapter.
Title of the chapter is Spark of Youth Before the Twilight, and maybe now it's not so confusing. There were a couple of old men talking about what it's like to be young. And the fact that the Doctor is struggling to not forget that, and he saw it as a warning lesson other Time Lords who did forget, and how cold and methodical they got because of it. So you see some motivation for the Doctor too, why he does, or at least some of the reasons why he does the adventures that he does. He's trying to keep something alive in himself. Something he regards as precious.
Something he has lost multiple times, or almost lost.
Yep. Which proves that the struggle is necessary. And once again, that puts a lot of soul and heart into this story. Even from his perspective, you find out why he's doing what he's doing.
I'm curious to see if the Doctor knew that it was awake or not.
You might find that out in a future chapter, if that subject comes up again. If it does, it's most likely going to be brought up by Agate herself. Like, by the way, I overheard you guys when you were talking that one night, and they might go like, "Oh yeah, we knew that."
Yeah, I'm gonna assume they knew.
Okay.
Or at least the Doctor knew. Or one of them.
It really could be either. We're talking about high-level adventurers, experienced people who's really been out there for a while.
Not just high-level adventurers, but aliens as well. We don't know how much better the Doctor's hearing is. For all we know, he might be hearing your heartbeat.
Well, I know he's got a sonic device that can enhance and manipulate sounds pretty well.
I mean, I guess we have heard it if he was using it.
Maybe, but that depends what function is being used with it. It can also be used to cancel sound.
Yeah, but then again, Tanner would have asked, what are you doing with that?
He probably would have. Unless it was hidden. But it does sound like he's holding back in this adventure because he's not trying to take the spotlight. That's what he said. I'm here to encourage her. And if he just does everything, then all she learns is to continue to fall in the shadow of someone else.
Okay, so the next one is gonna be in 4 days.
Okay.
which is
I wonder if you have any
Saturday,
predictions
which
about that.
we are still going to the Loyal Temple, so
Yep.
I'm
Well, that's
gonna
the direction we're
assume
going.
that the Loyal can speak Polish.
Okay.
And Dr. Cameron is already smoothing them off.
Well, that's possible. The Silurians said that ponies used to exist here,
Yeah,
but they've been gone for so long that we start to wonder if they really existed. They're like this legend that they might have once existed a long time ago. So that sounds like they were gone for a while. So
And
it's a little confusing if they would know the same language. But the Naga are a different story. Even if they don't know how to speak it themselves, perhaps they have technology that can compensate. So that's something else the Silurian said. They still use the forbidden tech.
that's certainly what I had in mind, that the Saurians forbid the technology that they were using. So probably all researching all the odd things was forbidden as well. But the Loyal is still using the technology, so they have all the research, all the notes, so they might actually know the language as well.
The Silurian chieftain also said that when the Silurians were using that tech too, they used it better back then. But something's changed. Maybe a power source went out, or some of the knowledge got lost.
Yeah. So, as I said, I'm gonna assume the Loyal are not evil.
Okay.
They know Polish, or even if they not, they can translate on their own.
Okay.
Yeah, or
Failing that, they at least had the doctor here and his telepathic translations.
this is gonna be a big complication. Because Seitaro is still a hostage.
Right. A patient and a hostage.
A patient, but mostly a hostage. We know that. Or, you know what? I would call it, it's a betting chip.
They also had a Silurian guide to try to deliver them to the temple, but according to what was said in the last chapter, the guide should probably take off before they actually set foot inside of the temple, because that's the forbidden place to his people. So he'll only lead them close enough so they can actually see the temple, is what the last chapter indicated.
Remind me, did he ever say that the Loyals are actually attacking, or just evil because they use the technology? I don't remember you saying that they are immoral or anything. Just evil.
The Silurians definitely indicated that they might be evil, not just because they use their technology, but they keep slaves and make sacrifices.
I mean, that doesn't make them evil per se, but again, it's their own thing.
Right, it's the perspective of the Silurians.
But we have to see what is actually happening now.
Sure.
For all we know, they might not even having extra slave, they might be having just... Oh yeah, you are gonna serve me, but I'm gonna let you do everything normally. I'm gonna let you leave, I'm gonna give you food. I don't think that's gonna happen, but that can happen as well.
If you think about it, the Silurians' credibility is a little bit questionable when they claim that in the temple the Naga makes capture slaves and do sacrifices, but the Silurians don't go to the temple anymore. That's forbidden territory.
Yeah?
So how do they know that? What's going on inside the temple?
Also, they have never said that they are giving live sacrifices. For all we know, they might be giving efforts to their gods.
Right.
Let me
Sacrifices
sacrifice
can
it
mean a lot of
now.
things. Yeah. Yeah.
That has been done in multiple different beliefs that they are giving they are not called sacrifice, but sacrifices.
According to the Solarians, the other ponies got captured. You can put that in quotes if you want to. That would include Caballeron. So he's there too, with the Naga now. And if the Naga are not the problem, he can be.
I mean, once again, I said I'm assuming that they can translate or can talk. And I'm assuming they come out and just went with them. They are not captured. Just went with them willingly.
According to Straight Arrow, Caballeron does work for a mob boss named Pat. What is? I forgot what I called him. The word Panzer is coming to my mind, but I know that's not right. Colonel Panders. And that guy was also the main sponsor of the trip. He was the one that bought the ship or owned the ship.
Yeah?
So you think that he might encourage some return on his investment. And here, lo and behold, there is Caballeron right there who tends to specialize in that kind of stuff.
I've been thinking about it. Just selling the maps is already a big profit.
That's true. That's actually very valuable knowledge. Even if there are better maps later, you have the first one. It's a legacy item.
Yeah.
Just because of that.
And you will always get new kind of medicine, new kind of stuff that are available only there.
Right.
Not to speak of the treasures that you might find.
What kind of resources could be available on potentially an entire continent?
Yeah. Yes.
So yeah, it could be a big deal.
Just imagine how rich the Tailor Kings were just for selling spice.
Right.
But yeah, I'm gonna leave right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to wake up my friend and continue his study.
Thanks.
And yeah, I should probably start uploading those to YouTube again. But
thank you for the reading.
Thank you for being here. And at night before I have to go to work, I will do another reading of Heroes of Justice. I'm not sure if I can finish him. Chapter because it's too long. But see you next time. Bye bye.
Alright. Bye bye.